Hi friends, this is Chris with Josephine's Designs. I hope you guys are having a great day. It is beautiful. Sunshine is out today. It's still a little cool. We've had gray days for all week. So to have sunshine is nice. And I just finished my class. Whew, I tell you what, it was so sad when it ended. But bless her heart, she's exhausted because she's on the UK time, and it is definitely much later there. So, but it was a great class. Highly recommend the classes. She is very creative. Like I've said, for me, her art is a little different from what I enjoy, but I enjoy her process, and I enjoy her tips and tricks and all that kind of good stuff. So, and for those of you who don't know, I've been taking a class all week with Diane Reevely online, and you can go to her Etsy shop and see the list of her previous classes that you can purchase and watch that have been recorded, so we can still go back, and if there's something we missed, we can go back and watch it. Any of us, or like the ones I've been in have all been live. And so you have interaction, you type, you talk back and forth, and so, it's all good. But the other people in the class are super sweet, and then her family is really kind. I've had interactions via messaging with Emmy, her daughter, and couldn't be any nicer. Very nice people. So, all right, I just did this week because I have been late. It's been a crazy week. So I've already taken out, hold on, I'm on the wrong page here, hold on. Okay, so I just finished this week. Whoops, sorry, I'm bumping you guys. I just finished this week, and I took out that portion, so I need to take out this. It was like, wait a minute, my brain's not working. Hold on. And it's not working right now. I am in like, a week worth of classes and everything, and it is now 3:11, and this is my breakfast. I haven't even eaten it. I did eat a couple of bites of my daughter made us like pork and beans for lunch, but it had bacon in it, and I was like, it's okay, I'll pick it out. And then I started eating. I was like, oh, when you really take meat out of your diet, it's really weird how you think you'll be fine and then you just can't do it. So I grabbed this. I thought, well, okay, I'll finish this. And I grabbed it and I put it in here. But this is watermelon we grew in our garden. So, and we had 3 massive, humongous. I mean, they're the like veggie keeper type stuff. Huge bins in our fridge filled with this. So I got up early this morning. I made watermelon, lime, and peppermint water. Peppermint from our garden, lime from Imperfect Foods, and then our watermelon. And then you add a little water to it, and oh my goodness, it's so yummy. And the mint, did I say watermelon, lime, mint? Mint came from our garden, from my garden. So that is yummy and so refreshing. And if it's really hot and we're working outside, I'll put a pinch of Himalayan sea salt in it for the minerals. And it didn't dawn on me. Somebody left a comment one time that, oh, you're just like me. We put salt on our watermelon. I have never put salt on my watermelon, but my dad has. My daddy always salted his watermelon. My daddy ate so much watermelon. I swear he should have had a plant coming out his ears. It was just crazy. But he would absolutely have adored that we have so much watermelon right now. So anyways, but it's yummy. I'm going to take a bite. Now I'm going to get busy with you guys. Okay. Okay, quick. Oh, watermelon is so satisfying. I don't know why. But anyways. Okay, so this is for next week. And I'm super, super excited. Let me move my drink out of the way. One quick sip of iced tea. Yum, yum, yum. So, I hope you guys are all having a great day. My class was wonderful, like I said. And you hate for it to end. And I cannot find a spot to stick my tea. I've been sorting in here, so every flat surface is covered. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Okay. Anyways, found a spot. I've been sorting and looking through, and oh, it's just crazy trying to get stuff figured out how we're going to move it. But and I'm off tomorrow. We have church online, and then we have it's kind of our family. It's our our rest day, the whole thing, and it's our Sabbath. Anyways, and then Sunday, Oh, I've got it. And then tomorrow night I've got tons of laundry I want to get folded up, and I've been cleaning out cupboards, and you know how you do. And so, anyways, and now we actually had cool weather, so I'm having to flip out laundry, and it is so sad. Anyways, and then I ordered some dresses off of Amazon, and they're in my haul. I've got to go try them on, because if they don't work, I'll send them back. But I used to always wear dresses all the time, and I think when it's because when my parents got sick, I literally had like pants that I would get on clearance at Walmart, you know, whatever, leggings and whatnot. And I just got in the habit of, because I never knew what, you know, every time I opened the door, I never knew what was going to be in front of me. Yeah, I could be on my knees scrubbing and cleaning. I could be, you know, no telling what would happen. And yes, with my bad knees. Ooh, and they had terrible, terrible floors. Oh gosh, if they got wet and you didn't know it, you would completely, your feet would fly out from under you and you'd land on your back. And that happened to so many people. I mean, I fell getting out of the shower. It was horrible. Blew out both my knees after my dad passed away. It just was bad, 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 bad. They had beautiful green and white checkered tile, like a forest green. It was gorgeous. But anytime anybody walked on them, they left a little trail behind them. My sister and I hated those floors, and so did my kids, because my kids would go over and sweep and mop for my mom, and you know, and they would just be like, I hate these floors. I was like, I know, I hate them too. So we learned a lot. Bless their hearts. And this was their retirement home. They had planned forever, and you know, and I would just tell the kids, don't say a word, just smile. Just smile and love your grandparents and just take care of them. So anyways, and then after my dad passed and we were living there and trying to take care of my mom and trying to transition everything, we lived there basically a month after my dad passed, because I didn't want to move my mom right away. I wanted her to be settled, and plus we would have to renovate here, and ended up we didn't get to bring her here. But anyways, and so yeah, the kids had a lot to say about those floors, and I was just like, let it go. Please, let it go. So, I am thrilled. Let's get back to this. I am thrilled to get to use my September subscription box from DEK Designs, and it is dekdesigns.com. They are a phenomenal group of 3 ladies. It is Dawn, Emily, and Katie, and they are DEK, and they have developed these phenomenal subscriptions. Now, you can go on their website. You can buy, you know, bits and pieces, and that is fantastic too. But I will always have a link below for a discount code for y'all, thanks to these sweet ladies, and I hope you guys will take advantage of that and just go give them a try. If you haven't seen, I did do a video that I unboxed this, and I mean, it was the first time I'd ever received it, and I was in awe. I really was. I have done tons of these subscriptions, and nothing like this has ever been. Nothing. So, I'll say nothing. So, I have genuinely never had a subscription box like this. It is a fantastic subscription box. I'm going to be coming back with a couple of projects with that, and I'm super excited to play. So this is for next week. It is Friday today, on September 11th, and of course we remember the tragedy that happened in different places in our United States, and my thoughts and prayers are with all the families that were affected by 9/11, and it is the day my daddy passed away 3 years ago, so it kind of has a double thing, and I'm, you know, as I woke up this morning thinking, oh, it's the anniversary, and then, but part of me is, you know, I have to be honest, he would be miserable here right now. He would hate the whole COVID situation, and so I'm happy he's not sick anymore. He's in heaven, and it's all good. So now, as far as the families who lost family members in 9/11 or who incurred, you know, fallout afterwards, you all are still in my thoughts and prayers, and I will never forget the day, as well as probably most people in the world when that happened. Just shocking, and I've told this story before, but it's been a while. We had just come back from Boston, and we were going to see our dentist in San Antonio, and you know, they've been our dentist since our son was literally newborn, And so, anyways, we went in, and I will never forget, I was sitting in the chair, and he came in, and he said, well, we will never forget this day. And I said, what are you talking about? And we lived at that time about a little over an hour from San Antonio, and we just listened to, like, tapes, or, we didn't, back then we had a cassette player in our car, and it was an old car, that's why. But, anyways, so I walked in, and I said, what are you talking about? And he said, you don't know? And I was like, no. And he goes, Chris, there was just an airplane that hit one of the Twin Towers in New York. And I said, what are you talking about? And he said, well, we don't know what it was. We don't know if it was an accident or if it was something bad, like terrorism. And I said, are you kidding me? And so we went ahead with all the children in my dental exams. And as I got up and the kids went and sat down, his wife is his manager, the office manager. And she came running in and she said, come look. And so I went with them into their private office. And we watched on a little bitty black and white TV the second tower get hit. And we were just, I remember just standing there with my mouth hanging open going, I need to use your phone right now. I need to call my husband and tell him not to go to the university, because he was in grad school. And I couldn't get a hold of him, He was actually at my parents' house mowing my parents' lawn. He would go over there and help them all the time. He loved, and actually I think he was sitting at the kitchen table with my mom, because my mom loved to feed him, because my husband loves to eat. And so, and they were watching it together. And I finally found him, and I said, do not go to the university. And he was like, I said, we are getting out of San Antonio right now. I think there's 4 or 5 military bases. I was like, we're leaving now. And our dentist and his wife looked at me and said, we're going to go get our kids and get out of here too. And I said, this is a hot city to be in because of all the military here. And if they're attacking the United States, and he said, yeah, and they have a house in the country. Just they were as far as we were from our home. So they went by, picked up their kids at school, and they headed on out. And every year after that, for about 3 or 4 years, we always had our follow-up, yearly annual appointments in. And, we would talk about it every year, but then I purposely changed the appointments. And, but I remember, for us, we had just left Boston. And, it just saddens our heart to know that anybody could ever think of anything like that. But just as GW stood there and encouraged everybody that we would be strong and that we would make it through this, we did. And as a nation, we've made it through it. And as we go through this horrible illness now, thank you, baby. My daughter was getting me paints and inks out of the cottage. As we go through this COVID, and whether, whatever, however this happened, we just need to stay focused and focus on growing past this and being strong. And, I never thought, when my dad died, it was just unbelievably difficult. And if I hadn't had my mother to take care of, it would have been really hard. And, but I remember driving home at 1 or something in the morning, and we were getting gas, and my husband, he was in one car, I was in another. And here came the gal from Starbucks at the gas station. She came out, she said, I'm so sorry about your dad. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you, okay. And my husband, he kept going by and getting tea, and buying tea, iced tea, for me every time we were in an emergency in the hospital. And so they got to, they knew us well, even the manager. And I just remember thinking when I got on that road driving home to tell my mom the next morning what had happened, because she was asleep. And of course she was very sick with Alzheimer's. I remember thinking, we are going to celebrate him. We are not going to carry on. We are going to be very happy. And for the rest of my mom's life, however long that would have been, she's going to have a happy life. And she's not going to sit and, be around people who are going to be sad all the time. And And I remember, telling, because nobody wanted to tell her. I told her everybody was there, all my siblings, spouses, their grandchildren, all of our children were there, all the cousins and our children. And, she looked at me and when I told her, she smiled and I told her, I said, Daddy's in heaven now and he doesn't hurt anymore. And he's healthy now and he's with Jesus. And she looked at me with a big smile and tears going down her face. And she said, that's right. That's right, honey. And, talk about grace. I mean, I was in awe. And as we think of where we're at right now with COVID and all the different things that are going on, with all the politics and just everything that's happening, we are going to move from this. We are going to move forward. Hopefully we will have learned all the lessons we need to learn, and we need to find joy in that journey. Just like my mom, we need to smile, and it's okay to have that tear run down our face. And it's okay to mourn when we're in difficult situations, but we've got to move forward. And I just think that as we look at this, at our nation historically here in the United States, 9/11 did not knock us down. We kept moving forward. COVID will not knock us down. All of these things that are happening, that the tragedies, the losses, the really rough reactions, and there have been pleas for peaceful protests, and I totally agree. We constitutionally have the right to, to freedom of speech, but I think that there is a good way to handle things, and a more difficult way to handle things. I mean, it's kind of like 2 steps forward, 1 step back when you handle things in a rough way. So I think for all of us, it's just an opportunity for all of us to grow and learn and be supportive. And we were in this class, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to miss this class, but wow, how much did I learn coming out of this class? And there were a lot of things I knew going into it. I mean, probably 90% of everything she taught, because I've watched on YouTube and anywhere I could watch for free. I would try to learn the tips and tricks. But I am just thrilled with the 10%. I mean, what a wonderful opportunity. And if we didn't have COVID, she, number one, would not be teaching online. Amy Tangerine may or may not teach online. We've got Tim Holtz, we've got Dina Wakely, we've got all these, classes on Michaels. We've got endless YouTube right now, and it's all free on YouTube. And what a blessing that is. And, I mean, do I want to go and walk in, my Michael's store, my Hobby Lobby or whatever? Yes, I do. Do I want to go and hold my grandbaby? You better believe it. Do I want to hug my children's necks? Yes. Do I want my children to be safe? Yes. But if I sit and think on that and not on what is, I now get Zoom meetings with my grandbaby and my daughter and my son-in-law and my son and my daughter-in-law. What a blessing that is. And we haven't had a family Zoom call in a while, so we're going to have to get that done. But, we've been watching, movies as a family and, just silly things. And we weren't doing that before. What a blessing that is. So, and what a blessing I get to do this with you guys. That is a fantastic result of all of this. And also to be now connected with DEK. That I don't know would have happened before. What a blessing. So as we look at this date in history, and of course this will be posted Monday, and we will be past this date. There are difficult memories and difficulties now, but we're going to look at what we've learned, and we're going to move forward, and we're going to be stronger for it, and we're going to be able to handle the next thing that happens in life, and because there's always going to be something. Really, you and I both know that. So, but I think that this is just a great opportunity today to stop, think about the blessings in our life, focus on the good memories and the good things that we've known, and move forward. And if there are adjustments we need to make, we make the adjustments. None of us are perfect. Goodness gracious me. No. We kind of had a come to Jesus meeting in our house today about things and, schedules and whatnot. And you know what? It could have gone really bad. And I I kind of started off grumpy, and then it was like, oh, but it ended laughing because it just has to go there. You know, we are blessed with so many wonderful things wherever we are in this world, and there is always something to find joy in. And so, you know, I whether you're a Christian or not, Paul talks about being content in all things, and he wrote that in the middle of a jail shackled. And you know, I just think that we find joy in our journey wherever we are. So, all right, there's my 2 cents. You can take it, you can leave it, you can do whatever you want with it. So, but I'm glad to be with you, no matter what. So, okay, so I am going to go through my beautiful stack, incredible stack of stickers for the month of planning. And I'm going to look at the different things I'm going to use. I think I'm going to save, well, I may pull that. I may go ahead. I am going to use these. I love these scallops. I want to use these, but I think I want to use these in a journal. There is so much here. I can't even use it all in my planners. So I'm excited. I think it is super fantastic. Oh, I didn't even see that. I should have used that for last week. But that's okay. Oh, I love that. I'm going to use some of these in my journals as well. So I'm going to let that one go. I'm going to save that for journals. I think I'm going to save this one. I do like those, but I think I'm going to save this for another project. So, and realize right now I'm getting ready to do a brag book. That is going to be used in my granddaughter baby brag book. Top priorities. I loved these stickers, and I loved some of the others that I used, the decorative stickers right here. I cannot believe how much you get. That is amazing. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. But anyways, it's amazing. I love it. So you can see how you can, and I'm going to save this for an Erin Condren style. I think I've got one right over there, and I'm going to play with that with you guys. All right, and then I'm going to use some of these and some of these, and we are good. All right. I also, this was a freebie because they give us cocoa and a like rock candy stick. So I still have my cocoa in there. And then I have this that I'm going to save for that bujo. So, all right, let's get started. And I was just saying on the last video that I made for this week, and I'm sorry, I was really disjointed on that video because I had people coming in and out and in and out the whole time. And my daughter is very quiet. Not my husband. So, shh, don't tell him I said that. He's not a quiet man by any stretch of the imagination. So. But, and I think this time I am going to use this. I wanted to see. Oh yeah, that's where I'm going to put this. This time I'm going to use it up here. I am, and I noticed that this is not completely cut through, which happens a lot when people make stickers. So just take your time and just gently, but it did not leave any. There's absolutely no, anything to cut off. That's how, I mean, that's great. I mean, seriously, that's great. So, but I'm going to put this up here. Whoopsie. But in the last one, I was talking about some of the I just put in, I'm in the process of putting in a local, or local H-E-B grocery store. Doesn't that fit perfectly? I mean, it was like it was made for it. And I am ordering all kinds of like decaf fancy coffees. I know. I only drink this one coffee that's a local coffee. It's the Houston blend at our H-E-B. It is their coffee, and I love it. But I decided I wanted to do the all the decaf fun flavored coffees. And I was just like, no, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and use these stickers for this week. The pink, the rest of these pinks, and then I have to switch. But anyways, to make a long story short, so then I found, and the only reason is my husband, I've never paid for the special coffees or teas that go in a Keurig. And my husband kept breaking my husband broke my last one, I should say, French press, because I would just buy an inexpensive French press, and that would be it. And my daughter had broken one, my husband broke one. This is all during, COVID, so it's only been a short while. And the last one I had before, I had it till it fell apart, but, hey, we all gotta get in there and do something every now and then, so that's fine. But anyways, so he would never use my Keurig. Years ago, I never have paid for a Keurig. My sister got me got us a beautiful, like one of those big mumbo jumbo ones, and it lasted for years. But we are on a well for our water, and so we get a lot of mineral buildup, and it didn't matter how many times I cleaned it, that baby, and it was literally being used all day, every day, because I'm home. I work from home. And it's been years since we've had one. And when this kept happening, I told my husband, I said, that's it. You broke my French press. You didn't even say you were sorry, so you are now buying me a Keurig. We bought one of the lower end ones. And bright red. They had like a teal color, but they were out. And I said, we'll go red. And he was like, really? And I said, every color's in our kitchen at this point. It doesn't really matter. It was supposed to be blue and yellow, French country, and no. It's a working country kitchen. But anyways, and I really am enjoying some of the Pioneer Woman, and so she has all different colors, and that works for me. But, so, my husband, he came home with his own chai latte pots. And I was like, you bought me coffee and you got chai latte? And he was like, yeah. And I said, well, I thought you wouldn't use, I'm going to save this for another week. I thought you wouldn't use the Keurig because my coffee made everything taste horrible. And because that's what he said before. And he said, well, I'm going to give it a try again. I said, well, great. That's wonderful. I'm glad not to be the only one using it. Okay, so I think I'm going to go with this pretty girl this time. All right, I love these. I think these are gorgeous. Anyways, so he went ahead, put his stuff in, and left it. And I was just like, okay. So he ran out, and what he did was he bought the Walmart brand. And he told me, he said, oh, I'm going to take all these off because I don't use these. He was like, oh, it's just, I think it was just too rich. So he then picked up our H-E-B, our local grocery store brand. And I'm going to be messy here because I'm going to cover that up, I think. I'm not sure yet. We're going to see. I might cover this up. Not sure yet. But anyways, I guess there's enough, probably it would match, but we'll see. Anyways, so he went and got himself, pods, like, because I get the little metal one and fill them with my coffee. I don't get the pods. Never have. My sister gave us a bunch of pods when she gave us the machine, but, I mean, most of them we didn't even drink. I think we gave them away. Where my daughter worked, she could take them. They had a Keurig. Anyway, so long story short, he was like, well, I don't know. I might want one. And so he not only, now the Walmart ones were too rich, so he tried the H-E-B, he left them. So, he went back and he even got more here recently. And I gave him the hardest time, like, really? What a spendthrift. And he goes, oh, come on, it's like 50 cents a day. And I said, well, that's true. We aren't going to Starbucks. We haven't been to Starbucks since March, but, whoo. And I said, well, if what's good for the goose is good for the gander, my friend. So I started loading my cart full of, there's a peach tea, like for iced tea, and it's just the H-E-B brand, the store brand. And then there were some, like mocha latte kind of things. And I was looking at like their brand of like a Frappuccino, and I thought, I wonder if I brew that, put it in a blender, add ice. I wonder if I can make my own like Frappuccino at home. And I mean, we've made Frappuccinos from scratch with real coffee, the whole thing. So, I mean, over the years. But, anyways, to make a very long story short, yes, your friend here is going to be trying some different things. And I kind of laughed and told him, I said, you started it. I didn't start it. And so, but it's all on sale right now. We get everything at our store. I'm sure the sale will be over by the time you guys see this, any of y'all that are in Texas. But H-E-B has $1 off of all of their coffees right now. So I thought, I'm going to stock up. So, and I'm going to get some that are like, there's like a pecan something, a Texas pecan or pecan something coffee, and I'm going to get decaf so I can enjoy it in the evening. And I thought, because I was so cold yesterday, and that's really how it started. I was really cold because that cool front blew through, and I thought, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so this kind of semi-balanced.